Pei Chung, Fairness and Equity in the City's Event Permitting Process.
Good morning, Mayor and City Council member. My name is Pei Chung. I own the fun venue at 221 North San Francisco. I'm here today alongside the Wichita Chinese Association, protect our Mid-Autumn Asian cultural event and our downtown merchant from severe business interruption. Our community event application has been active with the city for more than 8 weeks. Establishing our timeline, we are fully code-compliant, and we have submitted our professional traffic maps, insurance documents, and site plans. While city staff is processing our single block event layout, there is a serious conflict involving the surrounding street closure for Somewhere Fest. The festival organizers are planning a total blockade of San Francisco Street from Thursday through Sunday, 4 full days of street closures. Closing these commercial blocks during weekday and weekend business hours create extreme financial hardship for our permanent businesses. It cuts off access for our clients and vendors, interferes with delivery trucks, blocks customer parking, and make it difficult for employees to access their properties. To protect our livelihood, I formally filed a statutory merchant protest petition with the Park and Recreation staff, representing a majority block objection on San Francisco Street. Under City Code Section 3.11.150, if more than 1/3 of the affected property owners or residents object to the street closure, the request must be set for a hearing before the City Council for a final determination. However, yesterday afternoon, I discovered that the park staff had moved Somewhere Fest street blockade onto the official Wichita.gov calendar, despite our statutory protest. We are simply asking the city manager and this council to follow the written code fairly. Our proposed solution is simple. Move Somewhere Fest barricade 1 block west to a location that will not cause severe damage to a small business. We are asking this council to support our grassroots organization, protect our local small business, and shield our downtown merchant from severe business interruption. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. Madam Clerk, please call the next individual.
Rafael Fazio, Support for Somewhere Festival.
Thank you, Mayor Wu, council members. My name is Rafael Fazio. I'm here on behalf of Movement Music, which hosts Somewhere Fest. Just a few points to talk to you about what Somewhere Fest is. It's being held September 25th and 26th. It's our 3rd year. It brings in approximately 15,000 people, attendees from 31 states and 6 countries. But the music, frankly, is the Trojan horse. It's really about social change and our social change block party. Last year, the social change block party was Change Starts Somewhere. This year is Be the People. There are over 20 nonprofits represented here today in support of that. And what is being requested is to shut down St. Francis is exactly where our block party occurs. And the inability to shut that down not only creates a safety issue for our festival as a whole, but would essentially eliminate our social change block party. And that would be the impact on that. We have tried multiple times to work with the fun venue. I met with them in May of this year. Our festival was just go back for a moment. Our festival was announced October 29th of last year. It was picked up by Wichita by EB as well as our socials. I did meet with the fun venue owners in May of this year. I asked them actually to rent the venue. We rented the venue last year. Ms. Chung had informed me that they had already rentals for those 2 days, a birthday party on Friday and a wedding on Saturday. And I said, okay, well, like we did last year, we'd like to shut down the St. Francis, so we'd like to work with you on reasonable access. And the response was from Ms. Chung that she was not interested in that. In fact, I have a text in July. I followed up with her because I never heard a response from her. So I texted her and asked her as a follow-up. Because as we left that May meeting, she told me that her husband would contact me. I never received the contact. So in July, I contacted her. And And I told her that we'd like to work with reasonable access. And her response, and this is a quote directly from her text: "Since our last meeting, I've been pursuing other avenues to address what I believe is an unfair situation. As a result, we have not reached the point where contacting you was necessary. As I mentioned previously, my husband will reach out to you if we determine that there are no other reasonable options to explore. If that becomes necessary, he will contact you directly." We have tried to cooperate them. We actually met with Ms. Chung on Friday with the help of Councilmember Ballard, and we would be happy to incorporate a booth on St. Francis for them, for the Wichita Chinese Association, which is also submitting a permit for their event. We have tried what we can do to help work with them and help create a situation that is a win for everyone. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael. Madam Clerk, please call the next individual.
Joe Woodward, support of the block party at Summerfest.
Good morning, Council. My name is Freddie Hutt. I will be speaking today instead of Joe.
Is Joe not present today?
He is present. Appreciate everybody's time today. I'm actually here. Most people are familiar with me and my promotion regionally in the community for workforce development work. I'm here as a stakeholder of the community and a community member who is incredibly passionate about what we do as part of the Social Change Block Party. I am a foster kid. I'm a long time, a kid of two parents that have went through a number of addictions, and I'm incredibly passionate about the work that they do. I've been volunteering my time to help with Summerfest and to grow these last several months because I deeply find their mission to be aligned with what I believe in. I'm not alone in this. I'm joined today by over a dozen leaders from some of the most effective organizations empowering people across Wichita. We're here together because we believe this event is good for our city and the people who call it home. Among those represented today, we have Boys and Girls Club. We've got Phoenix. Phoenix uses power of community to help people rebuild their lives and recovery. We've got Hope for the Hood, addressing violence and helping people pursue greater opportunity and upward mobility. Lead Wichita, building a citywide movement of people committed to transforming our community. The Kansas African American Museum, represented here is a neighbor of Summerfest and just a couple blocks away with their new facility. Care Portal, helping communities move upstream to strengthen families and help keep kids safe out of foster care. Gathered Strong, led by Jay Hedrick, bringing people together across the continuum of care to strengthen kids and families. We've got Wichita Recovery Hub, helping people recovering from anything, finding community and resources that remove barriers to a better life. We've got Mark Arts and Learning Lab here, providing innovative educational experiences. Army of Normal Folks, which supports ordinary people taking extraordinary action in their communities. We've got Hope Community Development Corporation, Hope CDC, it's better known by, led by, I saw Reverend Harding over here, and they expand the opportunity for homeownership for exponentially more Northside families. They also do a lot in the area of financial literacy. These organizations work on different issues, but we all share a common belief. The challenges our city faces, they're bigger than any one organization can solve alone, and every person in every organization has a role to play. Essentially, Wichita faces some real challenges, not just some topical cosmetic things, but too many of our neighbors are affected by addiction. I volunteer regularly on South Broadway. I've got a project on South Broadway. Too many kids and families are touched by foster care. Upward mobility is moving in the wrong direction. Our reading and math outcomes don't reflect the incredible capability of Wichita's kids. Behind many of these challenges is something even more fundamental, a breakdown in human relationships. Addiction, isolation, mental health challenges, family breakdown, and violence. Government and nonprofits have important roles to play, but none of us can manufacture the relationships that make a community strong. People and these organizations and the relationships that we build through events like this, that's what makes the Social Change Party, the Social Change Block Party different. There's not another event that I go to that I attend where we've got a reason, such as music, where we're bringing all of the people that this gentleman had spoke to from multiple states, 15,000 people that are coming together for ostensibly music, and we pull them in and then we introduce resources and we tell them about what the impacts of these multiple agencies in Wichita are doing. Now, music has had a remarkable ability to bring people together. Summerfest wants to harness that power for something bigger than entertainment. The Social Change Block Party, will put a national spotlight on some of the extraordinary change makers already at work right here in Wichita. We don't want to just have people come here about problems. We want them to discover what they can do about them. And someone may care about helping a neighbor recover from addiction. Someone else might help, a family stay together. Some people are passionate about foster care. But last month we celebrated the American idea of a country of the people, by the people, and for the people. These words aren't just something to celebrate once a year. They're a responsibility. If we want to live in that kind of country, then each of us has to be the people. That's what this event is about. Bringing people together, celebrating the people, already doing the work, and making it easier for all of Wichitans to understand what's happening in our community and how to be a part of it. I appreciate your time, and I'm happy to support this event. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't want to ignore that we also have a situation that's occurred here. And so what is the plan to reach a healthy compromise? I know, Councilmember Ballard, it was mentioned that you met with the two entities from the fun venue and then Summerfest. How do we get to a healthy compromise? I'd like to believe that we can coexist in our city together and we don't have to do one over the other. I like multiple events happening in the city of Wichita. And so how do we get to a healthy compromise, and what has been the standard operating procedure process when two entities apply for a permit or a grant in the same area at the same time?
And I'll take that. Thank you, Councilmember Shepherd. Knowing that I believe it's the Asian Festival was held in a different location in prior years, and this is the first year they're requested to have it in this location, is my understanding. So there's two things that we need to resolve. There is an appeals process, and so we will have to play that out with our Parks and Recreation staff. But as you heard today, there has been some communication between the partners, and so we will continue to facilitate that where we can on the city side, but it may come to a point where we can only issue one permit for that particular location. But as was offered, there could be some ways to maybe coexist on some ways to promote both cultures and both events.
Thank you, City Manager. I really appreciate that. And I just want to make sure the appeals process is not going to come at a cost to either entity.
No, clarity to who has the first application in and what the process has been. So then, once we determine the right permit holder, how we can work together then. I think that brings some clarity about who can help frame that conversation and who can offer what to whom.
Okay. Final question for you, City Manager. So given that the promotion of events are already taking place and the outcome of this process could drastically impact both location and timeline, what is our timeline to get an answer to both of these entities on how we're moving forward?
Well, we do have some information, and I'll say there may be some more information that we can share from the city as we've been down this path partway. So we do have a sense of the process underway. So we can share some more information with you.
Quick point of clarification, it's not the Wichita Asian Festival. That is held at Century 2. This is the Mid-Autumn Wichita Chinese Association event. Councilmember Ballard.
Madam, I like that. Thank you, Mayor. Reggie, could you just give like a high-level overview? We've never had two groups apply for the same spot on the same day, so this is a little bit new, but if you could just maybe share a little bit, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And as he comes forward, we'll highlight that they're involved in the appeals process and things. And so I think, just basic issues will be helpful, and then we'll share with some follow-up information.
Sure. So as Councilmember Ballard mentioned, this is the first time that we've had an event that has requested the same pace at the same time frame. And typically what we do once we have something like this, we're looking at it to see if there's a precedence before with the event being held at a particular location. As the manager mentioned before, the other event was at a different location previously. So we're trying to look at the best way that we can make compromise to see how we could potentially have both of them coexist. So just as a point of reference, any of our events that we have, from open streets to other events that we have that's in place, we normally have those annually, and they're reoccurring events, and we typically don't schedule something else during that same time frame because it would be difficult to manage if there's the same spaces there that's being requested.